The ocean was quiet that morning, still and cold under a veil of gray clouds. Jessica Radcliffe stood at the edge of the research dock in Monterey Bay, watching the tide roll in. Her breath fogged in the chilly air, and her reflection wavered in the dark water below. She had been waiting for this day for years, the day the orca she once saved would return. Jessica was a marine biologist, known for her work with killer whales. 10 years ago, during a storm off the Pacific coast, she had rescued a young orca tangled in fishing nets. The whale had deep scars along its dorsal fin and eyes that mirrored fear and pain. Jessica had named her Luna. For 6 months, Jessica cared for her at the rehabilitation center. Then, one morning, Luna was gone, released back into the ocean. Since then, sightings of her had been rare, scattered across the coast like pieces of a puzzle Jessica could never complete. Now, as waves struck the pylons beneath her feet, the tracking device beeped faintly on her tablet. A signal. Luna was near. Jessica's heart raced as she jumped into her small boat and powered toward the coordinates. The sea was rough, its surface shifting with hidden power. Minutes passed. Then she saw it, the familiar black fin slicing through the water. "Luna," Jessica whispered. The whale surfaced, letting out a burst of mist from her blowhole. Jessica felt tears blur her vision. She leaned forward, hand hovering just above the water. "You remember me, don't you?" But something was wrong. A second fin rose behind Luna, larger, sharper. Another whale, male, dominant. Jessica's screen flickered with warnings. The signal showed high aggression patterns. Orcas were social, but territorial. Luna wasn't alone, and the male didn't want her near humans. Jessica cut the engine, trying not to alarm them. The male circled the boat, his dark eye staring directly at her. The tension was suffocating. Luna called out, a low, haunting sound that vibrated through the hull. The male responded with a sharp, echoing whistle. Then silence. Suddenly, the boat jolted. Jessica stumbled, catching the railing. The male had rammed the side, once, then again harder. Water splashed over her boots. "Stop!" she shouted, her voice trembling. Luna surfaced again, closer this time, as if to shield her. Jessica felt both awe and terror as the two giants moved in a slow, deliberate dance. She knew she had to leave, but curiosity rooted her in place. Luna emitted a series of clicks, complex, urgent. She recorded the sounds, realizing they weren't random. The pattern matched distress signals she had documented before. Luna wasn't angry. She was warning her. The male wasn't protecting Luna, he was controlling her. Jessica reached for the camera to capture the interaction, but before she could focus, the boat tilted sharply. The male's tail struck the stern, splitting the wood. Jessica screamed as she fell into the freezing water. The cold stole her breath instantly. She fought to stay afloat, gasping, her body numb. Through blurred vision, she saw Luna dive beneath her. For a moment, there was only darkness. Then, rising from the depths, Luna pushed her upward with powerful grace. Breaking the surface, Jessica coughed, clinging to the dorsal fin. "You're saving me again," she whispered. The male returned, circling faster, his massive shadow slicing the sea around them. Jessica knew she had to reach the boat before he struck again. Luna nudged her toward the wreckage, but instead of attacking, the male slowed. His body moved alongside Luna's, their motions synchronized. Jessica realized it wasn't rage, it was testing. The male had been measuring her reaction, her fear, her trust. When she pulled herself onto the half-submerged deck, the orcas lingered nearby. Luna rose one last time, her dark eyes locking with Jessica's. Then, without a sound, both whales slipped beneath the waves and vanished into the endless gray. Hours later, the Coast Guard found Jessica's damaged boat drifting near the shore. She sat wrapped in a blanket, watching the horizon where she had last seen Luna. The data she had recorded was still intact, the sounds, the patterns, the behavior. But no one would believe the part she couldn't prove, that Luna had saved her life twice. In her report, Jessica wrote only one line beneath the observation log. Some bonds are stronger than fear, even between predator and human. She closed the file and looked out toward the sea. Somewhere in the deep, Luna was still out there, carrying the scars of her past and the memory of the woman who never stopped believing she could be more than a killer whale.